This is how I like my vibe. So energetic, high energy, ready to work, ready to learn, ready to listen, ready to speak. Guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am Eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I have another intuitive message for everybody today. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So this is more like a collective read. Okay, some of my cards are laid out. I shuffled these cards, laid them out, forgot what the message was, and they've been here for like 2 weeks. So, but what drew me was this, the portal. This is, to start, it would be this, the portal. What I like, the infinite mind awakening consciousness. And then you're on a head start to something. I feel like it's a race to succeed. And I feel like you're inspiring people to wake up and smell the coffee, because now they want to race to succeed too. Because the second card you have is death and rebirth. I'll get into what it talks about in a second. Darkness to light. Then you have wings of light, you know, becoming something new. I feel like you started something new. And then you have tenderness, true love, compassion. What should we do? Collective reads or zodiac reads? Because I feel like every reading resonates with everybody, whether that's your immediate zodiac sign or not. So let's start with Infinite Portal. This is a card. This card heralds the coming of a very powerful time for you. It signifies no less than the awakening of your infinite and eternal awareness. So you're connecting to the unending flow of beneficial information from the Akashic records resonating all around you, touching on everything from creative or artistic endeavors to work projects and even financial investments. You're off to a very strong start. So this doorway to eternal guidance is open to you now. When this card shows up in your spread, you'll find yourself making a spontaneous, honoring decision, or making decisions, plural, trusting your choices and clearly seeing the future potentials coming into your life. The portal marks a time of expanding consciousness, open to the guidance of your own eternal mind, and look to the future with confidence. And when I think of this card, when I see this card, I feel like people wanted you to quit or thought that they could challenge you. It's like, I dare you to do something different than what what we know you to be, or what you know yourself to be. And I feel like this is your artistic creation. You can do whatever, whenever, however you choose. I feel like you're in a very good space. You're in an open-minded space, a very creative space, and it's going to pay off for you financially. And it's not a question that you should keep going or not. It's just a reality that you are going to keep going. So that was a rude awakening for somebody. And then with the death of transformation, death and rebirth, darkness to light. This card indicates that a time of closure and great transition is at hand. And this may seem like a relatively minor event, or it may be something big like the ending of a relationship, a job, or a long-time residence. Remember though, however, that this card signifies important change. But even out of the most difficult experience or the deepest darkness comes a new life filled with light and unexpected blessings. Any change that may present itself should be considered from a spiritual point of view. You okay? You okay? Whether you're dealing with a lost job or a shifting or ending of a relationship, there is a deeper message or a lesson in the experience. So you're trusting in yourself and in your future, for you are stronger and more resourceful than you realize. Your personal power is charged with the energy of your eternal spirit. It will light the darkness and carry you forward into a new life. Here's the thing that I want to say about that. Like, when you see me doing this channel, you also hear me talk about my religion. You see me in my authenticity. You don't see me trying to fit the bill of anything over another. You see me being honest, concise, whether two things that don't mix came together to form a new or not. And that's what I feel like is the strong energy and a strong personality that comes through with these messages. Anybody can take what they will from them. It's therapy at the end of the day, and entertainment and artistic expression. So the next card you have is Wings of Light, becoming something new. Whatever it is that you're going to be doing, you do it with confidence, you do it with rigorous honesty, and you're unapologetic, and that's how it should be. The Priestess in this card moves to the right, the future with great speed and purpose. Wings of light and vibrating waves of rainbow energy propel her forward, getting ready. Getting ready for something, because this card heralds magnificent and colorful changes coming your way. On a practical level, something you're working on might be just about to take off, or this may mark an accelerated external move. A sudden change of personal residence, or even an unexpected work relocation. I feel like between work and moving, you could be moving to get closer to work, or you make the right kind of money to move where you want to. Because now we didn't say something about a residential change more than once now. I did, and I don't know if you're picking up on that, but I'm noticing like it's a residential change for sure for somebody. And your work is about to change, pick up, take off, something great, or you're about to sign a new contract to do something big. But your creative expression, artistic expression, is going to propel you forward. So when this card appears in your spread, make sure you take note of which others are laid out on each side. So on each side of this is the death and the rebirth, and then you have tenderness, which we're going to get to. These cards could indicate some specific details about the types of changes that are on the horizon, and be open to those and other new adventures. I feel like the spiritual journey is not logical. It's obviously not a logical thing for people to experience. A lot of people resist it, and I also feel like for you took a chance, a big risk, a chance. You knew it would look crazy, or just you didn't know what to expect at all. You just were like, it's not like when darkness is like when you walk in light, for example, or you walk in God, and you walk by faith, not by sight. That's what that means. And sometimes he takes the light away. It becomes very dark. You go through dark moments. You don't stand still. You keep right on going because you don't know what to expect, but all you can know is that you want to move forward. So the card surrounding it would be tenderness, love, and compassion. True love and compassion. And this card foretells the coming of a new or increasing love in your life. I feel like this reading so far is giving me Ace of Cups, Two of Cups energy. It may seem to arise from out of the blue, or it may be a relationship that has been developing for quite some time. And the relationship that I feel like has been developing in time is a relationship you have with God first, obviously, but yourself. Look how more seasoned you have become in your character and your personality and your ways. Either way, feelings of tenderness as portrayed in the sweet kiss will soon be intensifying. You want to be sure not to limit your view of your deserving or your future potential, because even if you've been hurt in the past or been alone for far too long, true love is on the horizon. Remember that the tenderness you give to yourself will be reflected back to you in that brilliant light and love that the universe will be sending your way. So somewhere between going from darkness to light and experiencing the true love are the surrounding cards about becoming something new. You've become something new to attract your partner or your IQ, because learning anything new increases your IQ. Getting a hobby increases your IQ, because it's all educational, it's knowledgeable, it teaches you something, further amplifies, it further advances, and it helps you move at a rapid pace because you're moving those muscles, those brain muscles. So any change that may be present itself should be considered from a spiritual point of view, and that's what you've been doing. So we can go ahead and move these cards over here. A river of blessings. I got some cards over here too. I think this is a part of the message that needs to be like further amplified. But I'm going to move this stuff out the way first. Well, I think they're sorry for ever doubting you, or just like someone dared you to do something great for yourself by way of ignoramus, because they just don't think very much of you. So whoever or whatever group of people felt like they can speak against your character in such a low regard, they probably need a job now. Let's see. Because now you all zesty and jazzy and things like that, and it's like, oops. Well, it's time to release negativity, and that's going with the flow. That's clarifying, going with the flow. And then your commitment is being tested, and you have a river of blessings. So let's observe this for a second. A river of blessings releases constraints. So maybe you let go of some grudges. But going with the flow, that match. Your commitments are being tested through this river of blessings. It's like you may have had an experience, or you may have been experiencing a time of challenges such as like financial constraints, perhaps living paycheck to paycheck or going deep into debt. Your restrictions, however, may be a more emotional nature. Perhaps you've been lonely, missing romantic or familial or friendly love. It could be your family. A lot of this feels like family. Even a lack of joy from the ongoing tediousness of life can be of a great limitation for you. But whether these restrictions have been like long lasting or recent, the card talks about reveals a new powerful force flowing into your life. So breaking through even severe limitations of the past. Like your difficulties may have been very hard to bear, but this has been a time of profound purification for you. So you're being advised to rest assured that the old issues will be resolved as you go through your day. Bless yourself with clear intention. See any restrictions as merely a part of your passage from purification to personal progress. This is release the attachment and restriction. Because now you're in a space of receiving. That's the commitment that's being tested. It's like, are you going to stand back on your heels? So it could be someone counting. Don't count my collective out before they even get started. Because the way I'm feeling about this energy is, these are people, it's like, you may be okay for a little while, but you get inconsistent, or you have a pattern of inconsistencies. Where do they get to like put your progress, or your pain, turning pain into progress? Anything about your evolution is heavy under a microscope. You may not have even realized that, but people do that to you quite a bit. I should drink this coffee while it's hot because it's really good right now. Let go with the flow. Let go, cleansing, renewing. First quarter moon. I feel like you're playing football right now, because that's a very strategic game. When this card appears, I didn't show you River of Blessings, if you must know. This deck is called the Priestess of Light Oracle. You can get it on Amazon. Now we want to talk about going with the flow. You see her? I don't know why she gives me Capricorn energy. Just her vibe. But this priestess of the waterfall rises from the foam, holding the mist of water, spirits close to her heart. Like, she's very sensitive to energy. That's what I get from this. So she wears a golden spiral of infinity on her headdress, symbolizing the power of purification and the release of negativity. And what's interesting is the card that's clarifying it is it's time to release negativity from the Moonology deck. Full moon in Scorpio. So whenever the next full moon in Scorpio is, we're in Scorpio season, so it could be now. But that's okay. It's whenever you read this energy or listen to this message. When this card appears in your spread, it announces a time of quiet energy, encouraging you to release resistance and go with the flow. True release requires a conscious intention to let go of the control and embrace the cleansing energy of non-attachment, and it's time to step back and reevaluate things. I did see the word rejuvenate in my mind's eye. So that is about resting, reevaluating, refresh, renew. Take a break from trying to force your will and open your heart to the guidance of the spirit flowing within and around you. This doesn't mean you should take no action, but what it means is your action should flow with your intuition. Now, water is an important element in your life experience. It brings clarity and understanding and represents the presence of spirit. You are a body of water, as this is a blue planet of ours. And on that level, you resonate with Earth and every entity on it. So charge the water you drink with love and affirm spirit's presence in the rain. That's the thing about Muslims. We pray in the rain a lot. So in the shower and in all the water around you, any body of water you're connecting with, the cleansing intent, you want to place intentions, definitely, and it purifies your energy and releases limitation and negativity. Such a clear and vibrant resonance then opens your life to the unlimited flow of abundance available to you. So let go and receive, for the river of endless opportunity is coming your way. Well, at least you know who your real friends are. And I like how these two cards are purple too. Okay, we're gonna give my collective a round of applause because they did not come to play today. Now, with these tarot cards, do I want to say more about this? Yes. I feel like it's a compassion you have for yourself, and your artistic expression is what's coming. You have become something new. You've become someone most people who used to know you don't recognize. Or you could be a person who has that death of transformation energy, like the Pluto side of Scorpio, where you're constantly evolving. You're shedding old skin and becoming something new every so often, to the point where it's like, how many times are you going to change? It's not about changing change your ways. You do want to change your ways. You want to change your ways so they fit the bill of what establishes peace for you and intellect, high intellect. What's going to keep your IQ high? I don't know what I keep emphasizing IQs for, but I feel like that part of things with people's progress have been lost and they flatlined mentally. When I say mentally, I mean intellectually, maybe even emotionally. It's like the self-esteem is too low. The self-esteem is too low because nobody's doing anything. Like not enough people pick up the initiative, or take the initiative, or they don't have the drive. It's not enough ambition. And that could have been a surrounding energy with you, collective. It certainly has been the energy around me. It's not me per se, but it irritates me in a way where it just makes me want to do more. So it's almost like a masculine, a balance of that masculine yin yang, masculine feminine energy, where some people sit back and want to collect benefits, and other people just want to take action and just create something. Let's make a change. I want to contribute money in my community. Why does it have to be certain communities where there are people where they just don't do enough, and you see it ran down because they don't have the ambition? It's a mindset to have an environment that looks like that, and then you're trying to raise children in that. People are just lazy. So, every card here has a clarifier, but I'm not even going to start with that. I'm going to start with this King of Swords in reverse. I'm going to start, that's clarified by the Three of Swords in the upright, and then you have the Princess, which is a Queen of Cups in the upright, and that's clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. I hear somebody say, you got your money's worth, you got yours. Like, that's supposed to say something. And I shuffled, this is like my cartel deck, like my deck of Urban City, like the rough and rugged sides of things that further amplifies this King of Swords. Like, why is this King of Swords in the reverse with the Three of Swords? And then I just sat and thought about it. And this King of Swords is saying, I should have never, ... I should have never made you feel like you did not belong. I should never have not told the truth. This is a control freak. And the King of Swords in reverse is a lack of integrity. Is someone who can be mentally and verbally abusive. Because you also have the storyteller and the orator. That talks about viewpoints and control. So they were trying to control the narrative. As I'm telling you, I feel like somebody dared you to do something and you messed around and did it. Communication and confidence. They don't have the confidence to say, I was wrong about you. Okay, I underestimated you. Go fit, keep going. You know, kumbaya. But I think people want to be kumbaya with you. They just don't know how to be kumbaya with you because they let themselves go intellectually, mentally. This is a big thing about you should never underestimate the power of education or constantly evolving yourself. Okay, you finish high school, you may even do a little bit of college, you may do a lot of college, but you should never stop learning. You should never stop reading. You know, you should never stop traveling. You should never think it's okay to never do any of those things. You should never not pick up a hobby. You know, it kills your brain cells faster than a narcotic. I hope it makes sense so far. Let me see. When I see the storyteller, let's get into this. So, I just feel like someone wanted to orchestrate your story before you. If you're going to tell my story, tell the truth. Tell it like it is. I don't think they know how to tell it. I can't articulate that one. Okay, I stopped getting my education, whatever. The most important story in your life is your own, but you are just one story in a tapestry of thousands. It's important to respect the tales of others around you too, rather than forcing people to conform to the role you think they should play in your story. Learn to communicate and see things from their point of view too. Not only should this improve how you perceive others, it will help you build better and more solid relationships. So it could be a reflection. With this Three of Swords, it says sorrow on it because you're met with so many chemical imbalances, and you're met with so much belligerence. It feels like you overcame quite a bit of belligerence. Like you know how to, like you are people who talk down to other people could stick out like a sore thumb. And also, people could assume that these were your issues for so long that you may still have them. I think they're understanding that you don't. That's not the case with you. So looking at the orator, talks about doubting yourself is only holding you back. It's okay if you take a little longer to think about how to voice your needs and desires. Writing a script of how to ask for these things might even benefit you here. Be confident in taking up a space and letting your voice be heard. You see what I'm saying? Everybody who gets on a platform or creates content on their platform that talks about spiritual evolution is not always a practice of the dark arts. And I don't feel the need to keep explaining it, but I feel like people put conformance or put anybody who instigates any level of spiritual evolution, for better or for worse, has to be in the same boat with anybody who does it by way of manipulating the situation. Or maybe someone thinks that way about you. I thought they can say that against your character. I feel like people are low-key scared of you because you don't fit in nobody's genre. No one could. You just have the balls to not let people box you in. If this energy resonates, you just have the balls to not let people box you in. But it doesn't come without challenges. So let's put this King of Swords and this Three of Swords in the upright. I just think somebody feels like a total jerk. But we're gonna put it right here. Because you, on the other hand, you look at this, it's like a Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. But in these cards over here, this Queen of Cups is here twice. And you got quite a bit of Scorpio energy on this board anyway. This Queen of Cups created her own narrative. She didn't fit in a boundary box, and she's paid well for it with the Nine of Pentacles. It could be anything you thought you should be passionate about This goes back to childhood. I'm surprised I don't see the Six of Cups, because you are starting off to further amplify this Queen of Cups. Maybe you always attracted the same issue until you stop attracting that same issue because you realize where the issue was coming from. So it could be the same. It could be the same script, different cast. It could be the same issues, and the same person could use their intellect for abusive nature with this King of Swords in reverse. Or they're just not as smart as they thought they were. Or you just, if you've caught this experience at a tender age or more impressionable age, it could be that you were bullied into believing that they were smart and you were not. Either way, you didn't feel like you belonged there, and now you got the power to reject that out of your life, not the person, because they don't understand what they're doing. But when you see a King of Swords who's immature in a reverse, they absolutely know what they're doing. Okay, and that could be the insult to your intelligence with this Three of Swords. Sorrow. So your relationships could have furthered under the influence of these people until they just didn't. And as soon as you let go and went with you released that negativity and went with the flow, you've been kicking butt ever since. People want to know why do you not use latrine anymore? I mean, I have my moments throughout this experience where sometimes I'll just say a cuss word. Sometimes it just comes out that way. But everything evolves. I'm not a person who uses a lot of latrine. Not too much. I can articulate what I need to say without constantly needing to fuss and cuss about it. But there were moments when I fussed and cussed about it, I just laughed. I laughed at the video content because that was somebody who was sick of a lot of crap. I'm just sick of your crap. And when I'm not sick, you're draining my energy, so now I'm tired. I'm sick and tired. You know, we're sassy like that. And this person, for this collective, if that's you, you know, sometimes if you need to drop an F-bomb, drop it. But drop it out of it. You don't necessarily have to use latrine to get your point across. And you could have picked those etiquettes up from this King of Swords in reverse. And now swords represent communication. You're Aquarius, you're Gemini, you're Libra. If you don't have it prominent in your chart, there's a distorted masculine who does have those characteristic traits, who has embodied those characteristic traits, whether they're Aquarius, Libra, Gemini or not. And you could be a water sign, but you don't have to be. But from what it looks like, Scorpio, Pisces kind of energy, could even be Cancer, it could be anybody, because this is a collective read. Now I feel like someone wanted to tell you your business with these cards. That's what this King of Swords is. Doesn't surprise me, like when I shuffled these cards and these two, the storyteller came out. Doesn't surprise me. You're teaching someone how to practice self-love. I'll just say that. I want to go heat my coffee up, so hold on a second, collective, because I like to sip and talk. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe too. Tell a buddy, tell a friend. Come here, Papa. Come here. You sleepy? Come here, let's go put you under the fan there. You said you're high. Come here. Okay, and we're back, and we're live, and we're ready to rock this. One of these crystals that were sticking out to me, was the snowflake crystal that talks about releasing emotions that were trapped and deep within. Now the crystal looks black and white. Sorry, it's so tiny, but it's so many of like little tiny replicas of it. But they talk about releasing deep emotion that is trapped. That tells me about, that teaches, that's what Reiki is all about. Releasing the emotions that are trapped in the organs. And I've given this example before, like having a heart attack could stem from a broken heart. Because you think about it, you get hurt, you block it out. You could pick up a negative etiquette, like socially smoking, for example, or socially drinking, things that, or eating disorder, or just overindulging in anything like fried foods, for example, that causes heart attacks and other issues. But it all stems from the gut too. So your solar plexus chakra, to say all of that, your solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, just getting grounded. Now let's talk about this. I see you have a Queen of Wands and a Two of Wands. On one hand, this is a Queen of Cups and a Death of Transformation, and then you have the Ten of Swords and the introductory card. I keep it in the deck because it has a bold message on it about being a badass. For you, collective, my right hand is itching. I don't know what that means. It could mean something that could be significant for somebody. Ebb and flow. You released a lot of negative restraints. It's bringing in your money. Is bringing in your tangible success. Your spiritual evolution is bringing in your tangible success. That could be, you could hear that 20 times a day through different readers, but how it connects with what you're feeling. Start from the inside and work your way out. This is someone who taught you how to be very logical, and not so emotional. So you definitely could be a great debater. Someone who practices emotional intelligence, but you have not given up on what creative artistic expression you have directly, like that directly correlates with what makes you happy. With the cups, these two queens and this King of Swords in reverse, massive influence. Okay, let's start from the beginning with this person, or the person I'm talking about. These cards are going to go more further in depth. You could have had two mother figures or two prominent women. Could be two grandmothers, two mother figures, stepmothers, natural mother. One could be a mother, one could be a stepmother. This could even be two sisters. But I feel like these two energies, are you okay? These two energies had their own unique experience on you. Start with the Ten of Swords and how everything is fine. My apologies. When I say the Ten of Swords, this is also a duplicate card in here too, because the actual card that says Ten of Swords is the same depiction. Everything is fine. So you could be stuck at a dead-end job. You could be stuck at a job you hate. You could be stuck in a family dynamic that you hate. You could be stuck in an environment or just a mindset. Whatever the environmental attitude is, whether it's your workspace, your family life, your love life, you hate it. You hate it with a passion. So the card that amplifies, listen, everything is fine. It's like pretending that everything's okay. It's not okay. To say everything is fine when it's a Ten of Swords, it's not okay. Snatch the Band-Aid off, because you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. So all of it is going to turn around when you take a stand for yourself. And I feel like this is the recognition that you're beginning to get, like that Six of Wands energy. So what I see with the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Death of Transformation. You got tired of someone. You got tired of whatever this was, and you decided to, like, someone, I think they experience the experience with these two different energies shaped you in some way, because you got the Death of Transformation is about transforming and evolving. Even this Queen of Cups could have even transitioned out, and something about it shifted something in you. This Queen of Wands clarified by the Two of Wands. When you see the Two of Wands, you see a direction. You see a dominion. When you see the Two of Wands, it's like, I could stay here, but I'm choosing to do more. I could do better. Because I see a unhealthy competition when I see this, with this Queen of Wands having a different effect on you. But what I also see is you embodying these energies too. Water and fire create beautiful harmony together. They do. Two energies. This could be you and two energies. Okay? Because when you put all three of these energies, that King of Swords that was in reverse, it says the hacker on it. So they cannot start. They didn't know enough about you to continue a narrative. They lost their way. I don't know if they have to ask around or they just got caught out there saying the wrong stuff. And it could be a narcissistic or some kind of personality disorder where it's like you can't be the storyteller or try to insert yourself in this person's life. Viewpoints and control and trying to control the narrative. It could be this person playing puppet master too. Either way, it helped you. It helped push you along. Like something got you so sick in the head and sick in the stomach, sick to your stomach, that you had no choice but to change and evolve. Death or transformation is the Pluto side of Scorpio. There's also the Scorpio card is here about releasing negativity. It's time to release the negativity. It's time to, if you had a grudge, let it go. It's time to address your commitments are being tested, because it's like there are things that could come up to the surface that you have been suppressing for years, and you subconsciously push it down because you're made to feel like everything has to be fine. You're made to deal with things that are not natural or not comfortable or just flat out abusive to you. It was as it was directed to you. How it directly impacted you made you feel very disrespected, right? So you got this Two of Wands here with this Queen of Wands. It's a confidence. I feel like with the Queen of Cups here, you have a very quiet confidence with the Death of transformation. You also have silent cries. You also mourn, and you don't mourn publicly. Nobody. I just feel like it's a mysterious attitude that you embody. Because all the influence that this Queen of Cups and this Queen of Wands, someone who could have been overly emotional or emotionally unavailable, and this Queen of Wands is all about rival. It gives me that energy, the rival, the sexually explicit nature. This one is the empathic one, but is pretty scorned and bruised themselves. These women or these energies use their pain. I feel like they went inward with their pain. This one's an introvert, this one's an extrovert. And you learn something about both of them. Or you learn something about yourself experiencing both of them. You and this King of Swords in reverse. So these are all parental figures. Or just how they shaped your character. To be in a Queen of Cups yourself. Like you're very creative when you show up as the costume designer, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Either way, it puts you in the seat of the Emperor, clarified by the Tower. I feel like it's something that was toxic in each dynamic, because if it worked for them, it oppressed you / worked for them. So they were in survival mode, or in some way or another. And now the Tower is there because you're the Emperor. You're in a solid position, or you're in a position of progress. To be the Emperor, that's a parental figure. Or you have to be the parent to yourself. Either way, you're better in business, better in home. It says a home life too. Like you be a solid partner in business and in love. So you stop acting like everything is fine. I just got to deal with this shit because it's my family dynamic. Oops, I said that cuss word. I had to deal with this nonsense, this belligerence, this truculence. I don't like the way I'm being spoken to. I don't like the way we are not vibing. We're not connecting by kinship. We're not connecting by God. And God brought the Tower. It's like a sudden realization. So it's almost like you sit in their face on a more successful space, and they have to watch it. They have to watch it from afar. It's like it shows them how faulty The foundation is to just stay stagnant. It didn't pay to do that, because one thing about you, what it taught you is you are a badass being. Like what happened was not the way, okay? Because what about you? The all-seeing Jaguar brings the power of creation into your life. Herald a significant positive change in your circumstances. You had to walk away, or you had to just stop talking. You had to do something you had to rip the Band-Aid off. I hate my job. Quit. My family dynamic, I feel like the black sheep. Separate. You see how simple that is? Annihilate. Conquer. Rest. Rejuvenate. Move forward. Do you need a last minute message? Because that's what simplicity does. The art of simplicity. Everything is creative endeavors. All my artwork, when you see these videos, are inspired by creative endeavor. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. You know what? That's not it. That's not the right deck. This is. I'm very proud of you. You turned something into nothing. Now I feel like, by way of, it's like the roles if the roles felt reversed, like you were the parent and they were stuck in their second childhood, you were meant to be a teacher. Sorry. You were meant to be a teacher. You were meant to be the activist. You speak your mind. You're outspoken. And what's on the bottom is the Queen of Cups, the therapist. Well, I guess you told them, collective, with this impact, you paid. It's something you did that I feel like it exploits both your intellect and your creative side. Like that's the same energy, just expressed in two different ways. You put two different things together and made it work. With the activists, you speak out. You speak up, let your voice be heard, as they say. Y'all ever watch Trenius Henderson? Like, he says that a lot. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Like, you have people's attention now with the Nine of Pentacles. They see it as like, okay, I dared you to do it, and you did it. Now I'm watching you. It's like politics now. You've become the politician. You've become a politician for this group of people who felt like their narrative is more. I feel like it's based more on dictatorship. But you're a fair leader. You're not a dictator. With the activists, it matches that emperor. Like they get to watch you. They get to watch you practice what you preach. Practice what everything you said you're all about. They get to watch you do it. And I think that's a cool thing for you. So if that resonates, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Now I gotta clean all these cards up. Okay? And pray for your enemies. Don't forget to pray for your enemies too. Okay? They cannot slow down what's meant for you. And that's real. That is reality. Until next time.